Greetings, Catch, teachers, faculty, and staff, and welcome to the Impactor Pathway. We are extremely excited to be partnering with Catch and Miss Pat, Principal Tamaguchi, and Miss Tom Vu, and all of the Catch teachers and faculty this year to offer Impactor Pathway as a college prep experience, curriculum, and assessment series inside of Catch class throughout the year. In this very brief overview, since we'll be there later on in the week to run a full and robust professional development, just want to highlight a couple aspects about the dashboard view that you see here, some of the student audio and video data that we analyze on your behalf, ways to go ahead and access student response questions, and also, of course, the curricular experience itself. So you can think about potentially how to implement this inside of Catch class in a way that works for you. Very quickly, the course is designed to develop skills and competencies in 8 categories that we call the Impactor Cycle: curiosity, perspective taking, purpose, self-control, grit, growth mindset, compassion, and gratitude. And these are all proven by Harvard University to be the exact metrics that schools post-pandemic are focusing on and highlighting now that the SAT is not a requirement throughout the country in about 85% of schools, and definitely throughout California, as the UCs and Cal States no longer accept SAT. For the curricular experience itself, this can be completely asynchronous. There is video and audio components to the curriculum. And what we try to do is leverage social media experiences with high-level, rigorous questions so that students can provide data and development and then go into their dashboard, and you as a teacher can review their competencies and provide them feedback along the way. Really quickly in this experience, I'd just like to highlight an example of self-control. And so students see a very, very popular meme from TikTok. They'll play it for you shortly.
These days, all I do is...
So that takes about 10 seconds for students to view, and then they're exposed to rigorous text on the way towards answering a question, and I'll read it for you here. Skywalking isn't easy. It requires extreme control of your body, and just the ability to take a single step while flipping in the air demonstrates a kind of body control that takes practice and dedication. But what if you could advance your skywalking by taking more than just a single step? That would likely mean you're in even greater control of your body and have practiced even more than the skywalker next to you. Check out Momo Acro, a Cirque du Soleil performer whose extreme self-control allows him to take something like skywalking to even new levels. Now, you as an adult, before you see the video, you already know what's going to happen. This is going to be an expert video, and it'll be the difference between showing students, for example, what a good personal statement in college looks like versus a great one. And obviously, it takes self-control and practice and grit to get there. So check out this video. So you can imagine the kind of discussion that this would invite in class, but that's not exactly the point of the curriculum, right? We definitely want students to engage, and it starts with questions like this. You may not be like Momo Acro yet, but what's one area of your life in which you have leveled up your self-control? Where have you made meaningful improvements? And you can think about giving students a few minutes of class time or assigning this for homework, and the types of responses that you would get to populate in your dashboard, and the kinds of discussions that you could illuminate from students in a discourse fashion so that people could learn from each other and start to understand that they do have the ability to level up, and no matter where you are, you can always step up your game, so to speak. We provide spaces to answer questions here, and if students don't provide an answer that's at least 200 characters, our system doesn't allow it. And so this is a part of our language frequency and fluency builder. Student responses always need to be 200 characters and require full and complete sentences, and without this minimum, the prompt will provide a general reminder for students to write more. But more importantly, this experience is a measure of grit, and for every time students submit an answer under 200 characters, the Impactor algorithm factors it into their grit score. And so there's tons of examples, and the curriculum looks and feels exactly like this. There are places to click and review and rate yourself and reflect on yourself, but the highlight of the program really are these video audio response questions, in which our facilitator, Rachel, goes ahead and asks a personal question for which students do not write an answer to. They actually submit a voice response either by video or by audio. And it's those responses in and of themselves that really produce the kind of data that teachers and schools throughout California and throughout the country are really, really excited about. And so to take a look at how that works, a student might go ahead and respond with a question, an answer like this to a question about, tell me about the top 3 words somebody would use to describe you.
I think my peers would view me as silly because I can make them laugh every day, hardworking because they know I always put effort into things, and strong because if I get hurt or sad, I can pick myself up.
This question was asked later on in the course as a moment of re-reflection. You can see the student, by the way, outperformed on the second time of responding. And here's what they said to the exact same question later on as a result of the instruction and curricular experience they had in the course.
3 words someone would use to describe me would probably be a rule follower, silly, and independent. I think people would call me independent because I like to do my own thing, but also I am independent because I know when I'm ready to get someone else's help. And
So you can see just through the construction of her answer in just a matter of 12 weeks, she's starting off with a different word to describe herself. She started with silly earlier, and now she's using independent. Her answer is more in depth. She's using actually language from the Impactor curriculum course. And overall, even the fact that choices that she's making, the way she's looking at the video, she's obviously recorded a ton of videos by now, her confidence and comfortability level, and the fact that she used video at all, is really, really indicative of the kinds of choices, maturity, and development that Impactor Pathway provides for students, schools, and families. And so this is just a really, really quick overview. Excited to talk more about Impactor Pathway and its implementation in Catch class later on this week. Wishing all of you a wonderful start to the school year, and excited to partner with Catch for everything that's possible with Impactor Pathway for all of the students and families in South Los Angeles. Thank you.